Hey Hot Wheels fans, quick review of this guy. I picked it up loose so I don't have the packaging, but you could just look it up. It's a premium Porsche 935. And originally I bought this thinking I was going to take the wheels and use them on a Cherokee. But it turns out that this is actually a real race car. So the Porsche 935 was developed in 1976 as the factory racing version of the 930 Turbo and prepared for FIA Group 5 rules. And there are many iterations. This one is called Moby Dick because they were white and they're so long, people nicknamed them the Moby Dick. But there was a later version that won the 1979 24 Hours of Le Mans outright. And over the several years of this car's production, of 370 races, it won 123, so that's pretty good. They're powered by a 3 liter up to 3.3 liter twin turbo flat sixes and had up to 850 horsepower. This car also introduced water-cooled cylinder heads to their racing program. So that's all I learned, other than this livery is shown to be raced by AJ Foyt, Mario Andretti, Bill Whittington, and it was specifically at the 6-hour race at Riverside, California. I'm assuming California. But I couldn't find any research as to how well it did. It didn't place in the top 3, so... Okay, well anyways, one thing I want to check is the scale. So there's something called a 935/78, which is a longer wheelbase version of the Moby Dick ones. So that wheelbase is supposed to be 2279. So let me get the calipers out here. Try to get this in the center of these axles. That's one of my cats. 37.46. So it's pretty big, somewhere in the 161 range, some 60, 61. Okay, so sadly it's going to look out of place next to some 164 scale cars. But, oh well. Alright, let's check out the details of this guy. So as you saw with the photograph, these wheels they're kind of close, you know. They have those dished DTM style endurance racing look to them. So we have just black paint here for the fog lights there, or actually I guess maybe they're not fog lights, they're main lights. But I don't know why there's so much white here, and why isn't it all black? And then naturally it would have been nice to have black paint in these recesses, but I guess Hot Wheels is going for the blue graphics. So there's a little depression here, a whole bunch of holes in this hood. I'm assuming one is the fuel filler, but why 3? Anyone know? Leave a comment. Some ribbing here for the vents above the tires. Not sure what those are either. It is nice that there's a raised windshield wiper blade there. Some molded in mirrors, and actually that looks pretty accurate to the photograph. So what I like about this one is it doesn't seem to have the strange pixelation that I find on some of the premiums. But let's go in further. It is still, you can see striations, but it's better than the dot matrix stuff I'm used to seeing on some other premiums. So, well, yeah, you can see the dot matrix edges. So that's too bad. I really wish they just had a standard tampo print. Okay, well, from afar, it looks alright. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna guess maybe this might be an antenna stub, some vents over the rear tires, Ditzler finishes, never heard of that. PPG, I think, makes automotive paints. Bilstein suspension, Goodyear, okay. So naturally it's got the pretty thick wing struts, being a toy, right? It has to withstand children abusing these things. And then it's nice to see the length of the long Le Mans body here. And it's interesting to look at the tapering, the Coke bottle styling of this thing. The exhaust tips there, and this is just totally open right there. Interesting. 2011. Alright, so this casting's been around. Well, that's it. Alright, a little rib detail there as well. The interior itself, unfortunately, we have a side window. But it is just one driver's seat, like a real race car. On this side, I just see some plumbing, some sort of tubes or something. I can't tell if my camera's showing it, but I can see it with the naked eye. Alright, so, I mean, it's alright. I guess it just needs a little black paint. Maybe additional black paint and stuff. So, anyways, if you like Porsches, it's not so bad. Let's compare it to a couple other 1/64 scale ones. So I have this old 911 GT1, which is, I believe, a Le Mans racing prototype vehicle here. So you can see, yeah, I can definitely see like the scale difference. The cockpit of this just seems a lot smaller because this being a Kyosho, this is supposed to be to 1/64 scale. But this is trying to fit that blister pack and the racetracks that Hot Wheels makes. Okay, here's a top view. So let's pull out one other one. I have a Sparky model or Spark model of a 911 RSR, which I don't think is a LMP car, but it's still a pretty modified 911 with such a wide body kit going on. Now in this case, they don't look too out of place, right? Because a more modern 911 has a much bigger cockpit, so the greenhouse of this is more in proportion to this. But you know, this should be quite a bit smaller in reality. All right. Okay, well anyways, so if you like Porsches, you know you gotta get this if you don't care about scale. It's interesting to know that it's a real livery. You know, I remember growing up watching Indy 500, so AJ Foyt and Mario Andretti used to race those. Sorry, I don't know who Bill Whittington is, what his history is. But anyways, that's it for today. Thanks for watching.